Hello and welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever 2. In this episode, we're going to repurpose this train here and add some fuel cars to it to bring fuel all the way over to Toledo here. Since in the last episode, we set up a fuel line to take fuel to the cargo hub, and now all it needs to get going is to have a line that takes fuel somewhere, and we should start to see it popping up here. Let's just come in here and make sure it is receiving oil. It just doesn't have anywhere to take it at the moment, so once we set up this train line, oil should come by truck through this road all the way to the cargo hub and then back out to Toledo. And I don't think any other cities that we're connected to can take fuel yet, but there definitely are some nearby that we can connect to. So, first order of business, we take a look at this train. We can see it hardly carries any fuel, and it does get a decent amount of construction materials. So if we come and look at the city of Toledo, we can see its main resource it needs is fuel. So whatever train we build will definitely be primarily fuel cars, followed by construction materials, and then food, which is currently the lowest resource right now. Alright, so in order to replace this, we're going to select both of these trains, hit replace selected vehicles, and we're going to want to find a train that works for us. Alright, so I think this is the train we're going to go with. It has 5 tank cars, 5 stake cars, and 3 box cars at the end. So I think this will be good. We'll see how it fills up. However, down here, we need to probably add another cargo platform and create another line for the fuel to go to. So we'll get 5 of these trucks, go from there over to, I believe this is the truck stop that we're currently using. Just let me double check. I think it is, so we'll have it come into this one. And just make sure it's only picking up fuel. And because it's a truck stop, it'll only be unloading. So let's also just make sure that truck stop is still where it needs to be, which actually it should probably be more out here. We might even want to connect these streets more. So let's see the kind of coverage we can get now. So if we move it up here, we can get pretty much every building, which is definitely what we're gonna do. That'll help increase the demand. And then in this line, we just want to make sure we add back the correct station. And I think we have that figured out now. So now our demand for fuel hopefully will be a lot more than it was before, since now it covers most of the buildings that need fuel. And now since we're bringing fuel here, we don't need these lines anymore. So we can come in here and delete, well, first of all we need to sell all of the vehicles on this line. And then we can come in here and just delete the line. So since we don't need this really anymore, we can delete this, and then we can also get rid of this train line. And this train line's been pretty rough just because it's a steep slope the entire way, so having a train efficiently move back and forth has been pretty tough. And we can't really have big trains because that'll slow them down way too much. So getting rid of this line will definitely help with this, and help with all of this up here. So we will take this train, tell it to go back to, well, we'll just sell it, and then we will delete the station and all of the track that was there before. Alright, so now that whole line is gone. Hopefully we can come back here and see if we have any fuel waiting, which we don't have any just yet. Let's see if this recognizes it. So it does recognize the fuel need. I think it might take a little bit of time for it to sort of process all that. And we can see some of these trucks have like one fuel. I think that might be our first little bit of fuel coming out there. So hopefully in time that will start to get better. But here we can see the new train that we made. And if we come over here, we can select this one and just make sure it's filling up on most of its capacities. Of course, the fuel card doesn't have anything yet. Hopefully it will shortly. And the others, I believe that'll start to fill in once it starts to recognize more of the needs. Alright, now as we can see, we have fuel coming out of this fuel refinery. I'm not sure why it says transport 0%, because it's just not putting anything out here. And it is getting taken up by these trucks. I'm not sure why that's at 0. But hopefully that'll fix itself. It'd be nice to get this upgraded. However, let's just make sure that everything else is running as smoothly as possible. Here we have this pretty much running at max efficiency. All the planes are leaving with a full load there. And over here, these seem to be moving a very good amount as well. They're also making us a pretty good profit. And now, as we can see here, we have fuel waiting at the cargo hub. So that's pretty exciting to have. And I think probably the final thing we're going to do in this episode is start shipping a little bit of fuel to Mesquite here. We can see it also takes fuel, so we can just simply add another boat. Actually, I think we should replace these with this, because this has 4 compartments, so it can carry 4 different resources at once. However, I'm just noticing that fuel is not one of those resources. So it seems like we'll have to get a separate line going to carry fuel we might just get this one here. We won't replace it, but we will get one of those. One should be good for the frequency it would be running, and have it go on the same route, just like that. And over here we want it to load only fuel, and at Mesquite we only want it to unload everything it has. And then of course down here we'll need to add more platforms, so we'll add another platform, and we can squeeze in a cargo building there, and then we can get fuel coming into the city here. So let's just see if we have any truck stops that would cover it. I think this one here would cover the fuel, so we can get a road depot and like I'd say 4 of these trucks, and then we can get that running from there up to this stop here. We'll just fix this and they should be good. We'll also want to make sure here it looks like everything's charted correctly. So now we should have fuel loading up at the cargo hub harbor as well. Alright, now that's going to be all for this episode. We added fuel to the Toledo line, and hopefully soon in the next couple of episodes we will bring in maybe another resource or expand to another city. So with that, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. If you have any feedback or suggestions, leave a comment below. Thanks for watching and have a great day.